Now, my Aunt Rene was a mess. If you sit at our southern kitchen table, that's the highest compliment you're going to ever hope to get, is to be called a mess. And my Aunt Rene was a poster girl for who is a mess. Aunt Rene, when she was sliding on into about 100, we don't know for sure, but she's in her late 90s, my daughter would show up at a family dinner or function with a date. Aunt Rene would stop whoever she was talking to. She would tuck her gold lame jacket around her shoulders, straighten her back, put that purse up on her arm, and make her way straight to that date. She would sidle up next to him. She'd look at him, give him her biggest, flashiest smile, and say, "Darling, do you have a younger brother?" Aunt Rene taught us how to flirt, and she also taught us a little something about age, which is don't talk about it. The first time I was with her, when somebody asked me, they squatted down, put their hands on their knees, looked me in the face and said, "Sugar, how old are you?" Aunt Rene cleared her throat. She put one hand on each shoulder, turned me to face her. Now, she didn't squat down and get in my face. She took her hand and lifted my face up to look at her face. And she said, "Don't tell them, darling. They don't need to know." And on the way home, she explained to me that if you tell somebody your age, they're going to reach way down in their bag full of stereotypes, and they're going to pluck out one that has that number on it, and they're going to treat you by that number, by that preconceived notion of how you ought to behave if this is your age, if this is your number. So there's no sense to tell them. She said, make them treat you the way you are when you're with them. Because she said, you see, darling, your age doesn't have a thing to do with how many turns you've made around the sun. That's not what's important. What is important is how much sass and sparkle you put into each spin.